Last time on Adventure Adrift, we made our way down Mexico's central Baja coast. Hopping from village to village, we hit a fish streak, catching a yellowtail and lots of striped bonito, cooking up lots of sushi and fish tacos, and enjoying the beautiful sunsets. Hi there, welcome to this episode. We really hope you enjoy it.
And if you do, please find the thumbs up on the screen and click that.
Yeah, and we would love it if you subscribe to our channel as well. Leaving Ippolito for Abre Ojos, it was a beautiful day. Sunshine, calm seas, and a nice breeze right behind us. A perfect day for a Spinnaker sail. Being that we were sailing with the wind directly behind us, we weren't sure how our wind vane, Dan, would handle the steering. We were quite happy to find that he did just fine, taking care of the driving for us. We were free to do some laundry, relax, and enjoy the lovely weather.
We're avoiding...
Roca Ballena, which is Whale Rock.
And why is it called Whale Rock?
Because it's just under the surface, and when the waves hit it, it does a giant spew. It looks like a whale spouting.
And we can see it. It's worthy of its name. So it's kind of right behind us, and there's actually quite a large break.
5 feet beneath the surface.
Just the right depth. Up to like 12 knots of wind now, and we'll start coming around to port here in a bit. The town back there in the distance is Abre Ojos.
So we're headed tonight. Spend a few days there.
Yeah. Right now Hillary made us a little bit of lunch, bit of tucker.
Some sandwiches.
And
and
then it's actually one of the warmest days we've had.
It is, yeah. It's actually nice.
I think we're about 4 miles off land. I'm going to start coming around to port and head in.
It was a long row to shore here, and there was a large break along most of the beach. Luckily, we were able to find a spot with smaller waves and timed it just right to make it to shore safe and dry.
That would have been fine anyway.
As with most of the small villages on the Baja coast, the fishing co-ops are a huge part of life. Here, they had a very large operation with dozens of pangas, and they seemed to be very well organized. Their system of driving the boats through the surf, being met by a tractor, and then being hauled up on the beach was fascinating to watch. What you doing over there?
Trying to get this anchor. Oh. We're going to set the stern anchor here. Try and pull us around about 30 degrees, right?
Yeah.
The swells. It's really cold. It's Christmas Eve and there's like a bit of a storm coming in here. You can see real dark clouds now. Look at those hills behind the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, the wind's coming at us this way, holding us into the wind, but the swells are kind of coming off our port bow area, so it's giving us a bit of a kind of a yawing, unpleasant feeling below. So we're going to try and drop the stern anchor, pull us around 30 degrees, and get us kind of straight on into the swells at least.
Okay, just a few feet. It's tied off. Right after Ty got back to the boat, we noticed that our anchor rod had frayed badly, just a few feet beyond where it was cleated off to the back. Worried that we were about to lose our anchor, Ty hopped in the dinghy to put a fender on the line, then attached another line below the fray with a rolling hitch.
So yesterday evening was different than today.
The weather was a lot different than right now.
Yeah, we had a big squall pass through.
Right after we got back to the boat, it was really windy.
We decided to put a stern anchor out just to hold us into the swells a bit more too, to make it a bit more comfortable on the boat.
Right when you got back, the squall hit. Started pouring down rain, and I think our top wind speed was 25 knots. So not too crazy, but a big change from what it was.
Yeah. And then we noticed our stern line.
So this was maybe like 5 feet behind where it was cleated off. And it wasn't like that when I cleated it off and put it on.
So this had frayed, obviously, but then the inner core too, and then this is what we could see.
It's probably like the equivalent of like a 1/8 inch line or something.
Yeah,
in the middle
a couple
of
of strands.
Or holding us.
Holding a lot too, because we were being pushed by that squall. So we don't know how it didn't snap. We were certain we were going to lose the anchor, the stern anchor, and it was going to snap. So we wanted to put a marker on it in case it did snap. We could hopefully recover the anchor. So we got that set on there first. Yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad if I think we were already set where we wanted to be before, but trying to do it while we were getting blown at like 20 knots was just adding to that pressure. So we didn't want to mess with that. But luckily, having extra line on board is good. So we had our old halyard, which was nice and long. Took that out as well and put a rolling hitch onto that we were then able to run up to the winch to relieve the pressure from this line so that we could undo this line and save it in time. Basically, we had our rolling hitch tied on up here forward of it. We were able to pull that, and then we just let all that extra line out and let it swing right around into the wind until after the squall passed. Then we came out and we were able to kind of tighten ourselves back up into the swells, which is where we're at right now.
It's very comfortable.
And our fender's still floating off the back. And it's a nice morning.
It is.
Lunchtime now.
So this right here is the big cooperative grocery store, Mercado in town here in Abre Ojos. And we were lucky to get here yesterday before they shut up. They closed early for Christmas Eve at 2 o'clock, and it was packed in there. There was a huge lineup, and everyone was getting their last minute goodies.
And when we say like this is the big Mercado in town, they pack a lot into a small space. It has everything you need. And this is the cooperative. I think they run the fishing.
The fishing co-op, we heard,
Yeah, it's like all the one big cooperative. So this is part of or runs the actual fishing co-op. It's a beautiful day.
It is.
It's
nice
really
and
nice.
Sunny and huge change from yesterday.
So quiet and calm. Like obviously everyone's day off or whatever.
Yeah, all the pangas are up on the beach. You know, have to go out fishing on Christmas. So right behind me, Veruna's right back there.
It's a long row in, right?
It is a long row in.
And possibly a wet row.
Keep our fingers crossed we stay relatively dry.
We've been successful so far.
We've remained upright.
You time it right.
Yes. With the sun out, Ty decided to have a Christmas bath.
We are prepping our Christmas Day food. We're doing it over a bottle of wine, which we don't drink too much. This is thanks to David, right?
Yeah.
I think this is one of the bottles that David brought along when he helped us so nicely crew down from Oregon.
Yeah.
So we are celebrating Christmas with an aged wine.
And I was having a Indio Mexican beer. We've got a spinach dip you made in the oven, which we're going to have shortly. We've got, for dinner, we're going to have like a meat pie, like a cottage pie. So we pre-made the meat. We've got the meat ready to go here. Smells really good.
Got some, if I burn my hands here, got some mushy peas.
Yum.
Oh, drip some water there. Some mushy peas to go on top. We'll do a crust later. We've got saving the fat so we can do a crust.
And for lunch, we're going to make some nachos, which is one of our favorite things to make, but
try fish nachos.
We're going to try it with fish for the first time, because we have a bunch of fish.
Yeah, we've got the striped bonito, which tasted kind of like steaky, so
yeah. I'm
going to season that now, and we're going to cook it up and have some nachos. Which is tasty. And watch a movie.
A Christmas Day feast and movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what movie today.
And we made, for breakfast, we had some chocolate orange muffins. They were pretty good.
Oh, they're
turned out
pretty tasty.
good. It was the first time I tried them, but turned out well.
And then we have a beautiful striped bonito. Real dark meat. Nice. It's nice meat though.
Yeah.
It's amazing how it doesn't smell like
fish.
Fresh fish is crazy different than store-bought fish.
Yeah.
Like, even like, I don't know how, it's probably pretty fresh too, but this is obviously like,
a day.
This is old now. This is 2 days old.
Yeah, it's old fish for us. 2 days.
Yeah. It's getting on close to 48 hours, so time to eat some of it.
Yeah.
We'll make some nachos. And we make really good fish tacos with this. It turns out really nice.
Very good.
Last night we left, I don't know what time we were planning on leaving around 7:30, the later the better. We knew we had about 150-ish miles.
And it's forecast to be pretty light winds, so we were estimating we were going to go pretty slow.
Yeah, so our plan is to do another full day today, another night, and then arrive sometime after sunrise tomorrow morning into Bahía Santa Maria. And we had one of the local pangas, fishermen, he saw us kind of messing around on deck, and I think he said, "Hey, you guys leaving?" And he offered to guide us out because of all the crab pots and stuff, so that was very nice of him.
Very nice, yeah.
We followed him out for a mile or so, and then he sent us on our way. Wished us good luck. And we've got a sea lion following us and a bird, but who knows where they are now.
They left us, I think. They were hanging out for a while.
They were. So what's going on here this morning?
We just have a couple friends hanging out with us this morning. We have Mr. Bird. Been following us for a while. He was behind us, and he flies up and lands right next to the boat and sits beside us and drifts back and then flies back up next to us again. And we also have Mr. Sea Lion.
I gave Mr. Sea Lion a name.
What's his name?
His name's Tony.
Tony.
Like Tony the Tiger.
He's over there now.
Oh.
And they've both been following us along for the last maybe half an hour.
Yeah, okay. Hope you can see some of this. I'm sitting up here on our second night watch on our way into Bahía Santa Maria. I've kind of seen, I can see now, the first ship, the first non-panga boat that we have seen in about 2 weeks since we left Bahía Tortugas. Today we picked up quite a few on AIS. Right now, passing us just off our beam, but it's a cruise ship. I think it's the Ruby Princess. And there is actually a Canadian sailing vessel somewhere, maybe just off of our starboard quarter here. Anyway, flying the Spinnaker here all through the night. Hillary just went down for her nap. It is probably like around 11 p.m. So just beginning in a way.
So it is about 7 a.m. We're just about to come into Bahía Santa Maria. Had a super calm day yesterday. It was flat as a lake out in the water. You wouldn't even know that you were in an ocean. We had the Spinnaker up, and we didn't even feel like we were moving. It felt like we were tied to the dock. And then overnight, the wind really picked up. I had to take the Spinnaker down in the middle of the night. 1 a.m. till an hour or so ago, it was still gusting to like 20 knots, blowing like 16, 17 pretty consistently. So we're just coming behind the point here to come into Bahía Santa Maria, so it's settled down a bit, so it's a bit more comfortable. But it's been raining pretty much all night. This feels like Pacific Northwest rain. We were both pretty tired, so we did 2 hours at a time, so we didn't have to be up here for too long in the wet and the cold, and we can get some rest in between. But yeah, just a really wet, very windy night.
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, thanks so much guys. A huge thanks to all of our patrons who make these videos possible. And if you would like to become a subscriber or a patron, the links are right beside us here and also down below in the description.
Until next time, cheers.
Yeah.